Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. This is Green Majik. And today I want to stream some NBA Jam Tournament Edition on Super Nintendo. I am having quite a bit of technical difficulties. Right now I see the webcam is frozen. So that's really fun. And I've had a hard time getting everything aligned. We're going to turn the webcam off. Maybe it will get better in a little bit. But we're gonna prod forward. I'm gonna check the levels and throw this in the Discord and whatnot, and then we will go from there. And I realize alright, there's the chat. I popped out the chat. It's been a minute since I streamed. I mean, I was on Monday night with Tom and Brian. That was really fun. Okay. Yeah, the audio doesn't sound amazing, but that is, at least we can hear the game volume. I'm gonna throw this in the Discord. Jam Reels with Green Majik. Realized I didn't put a fun thumbnail. Forgot about that. Oh man. Okay. But alright, just gonna do one more streams. Okie dokie. Alright, so been playing a lot of Jam recently. And yeah, trying to get this world record, trying to figure out which teams are the best for a world record run. Let's talk Jam a little bit, and then we will reset the console, which is what you got to do for an official run. And we will also make sure that the settings are correct for the world record runs. So yeah, so let's talk some Jam. Before we forget, we are going to put tournament mode on. And I think tag mode's supposed to be on. We'll double check that later. What's up, Sylvan Ed? I love Hang Time. Love Hang Time, especially on N64. Haven't really played it on Sega Genesis. It seemed a little rough. I will bust it out sometime again. Super Nintendo is good. It is janky in certain ways. I'd be interested in your takes on that. But 64, it really is beautiful. And so I'm glad you like it. And eventually I'll do a world record run in that as well. But Jam TE is more my bread and butter, both on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Today we're going to do Super Nintendo. Partly because, yeah, definitely run a Hang Time tournament on Project 64. What's up, Brandon Plaster? Genesis version and Super Nintendo play the same. I think to most people they would say yes, but if you've played it a lot, if you're familiar with them, they are very different. The two main differences are that it's a lot easier to make three-pointers in the Super Nintendo version. Like if you got a guy that's a 9 on threes, let's go ahead and talk about Jam. So the first uh, the first team that I'm going to use is the Warriors. I've been spending a lot of time deciding which teams are the best to do world record runs. So let's talk about the Warriors. So in Super Nintendo version, Tom Gugliotta is S tier. He's got good speed, excellent power, and good threes. That alone is really important for this version of the game. In Genesis TE, the three-point rating is not as important because three-pointers are a lot harder. But the speed and the power are very important. So he's still like a very high-tier player. Then you got Spreewell, who's a decent shooter, pretty good at defense. And you got Cycly, not a good shooter, but it's got some decent at the rim. So let's run through the other teams really quick. There's about 17 teams that I'm interested in doing runs with. We're not going to get them all today. But I got, according to my little metrics, I got the Warriors as the 12th seed for world record runs. And I got Washington as the 15th seed. So in both versions of the game, Super Nintendo and Genesis, Chris Webber is an S tier player because of his 8 speed, 9 power. He's really good at the rim as well, dunks and block. The bullets are better in Super Nintendo version because they have 2 3-point shooters, Cheney and Skiles. So they're one of the only teams that have like 2 excellent 3-point shooters. Granted, it's hard to play defense because Skiles is a short sprite, Cheney has very low power. But you do have an S tier Weber and you have 2 shooters. So the bullets are a great example of why the Super Nintendo and the Genesis versions are very different. Moving on, the Kings, I got ranked about 13 seed for world record runs. Mitch Richmond, S tier player because of the good speed, excellent power, elite 3-point rating. That 3-point rating, like I keep saying, really helpful for in the Super Nintendo version. In Genesis, the speed and power alone are really make Richmond a top tier player. And when DPS and I, it's crazy, it's 6 years ago at this point, we won a 2-on-2 tournament in Chicago, where we both live, at Joe's on Weed Street. 64 competitor bracket. It was all 2-on-2. And we were all given a static team. So DPS and I, our team was the Kings. And Kings aren't great, but Richmond alone with his speed and power really go a long way. So anyway, that's the Kings. Their backup Simmons, not that great. So they are not as high as they could be. At the 14 seed, I got Atlanta. Atlanta, they have Augman, who is borderline S tier player with excellent speed, good power, and good 3-point rating. That enough makes him a really good player. But then he's also really good at the rim as well with the dunks and blocks. So Augman, for some reason, not even a starter for the Hawks. But high tier 1, maybe even S tier. Blaylock's fast. He has sneaky power for a short guy. And then you got Ken Willis. I always get Kevin and Ken Willis mixed up. Kevin Willis. He's a big guy. 9 power, 8 dunk, 9 block, and okay speed with the 6. You know, not elite like Weber or Olajuwon or LJ or Rodman, but he's got some speed. So the Hawks, sneaky good, but about 14 seed when we're going for world record runs in Super Nintendo. And then, surprisingly, at the 10 seed, we got the 76ers. On paper, they don't look like a whole heck of a lot. But Weatherspoon, sneaky decent with average speed, excellent power, slightly above average threes. Then he can block, do some dunks. So Weatherspoon really has to carry the weight. Bradley, not that great, although he's got some attributes at the rim. And then Jeff Malone, just a very poorly rated player in this game, so he doesn't really add much. But I found a surprising amount of success with the 76ers when I was doing all my practice runs. So they're the 10 seed. Then barely sneaking in at the 17 seed are the Suns. This is Suns minus Barkley because his license, he had his license for his own game. Barkley shut up and jammed, so he's not in here. But Suns have some offensive firepower. Overall, they're not super balanced. Danny Manning's their best player with the decent speed power threes. And then, you see KJ, unfortunately, he's a short sprite player with really low power. Not even that great of a three-point shooter. And then we got Dan Marley. He's a pretty good shooter, but he's not very fast. It's hard to defend with him. So Suns barely sneak in this little tournament I'm doing as a 17th seed. Then we got Detroit. Detroit's unique. Dumars kind of nerfed in this version of the game. Fast, okay shooter, but very hard to play defense with him. Then we got a sneaky duo, Mills and Miller, who are just very solid. Not great players, but like low tier 2 players. So when they're on the court together, they can do some things. I got them at the 11 seed in my little thing I got going on here. All right, Orlando. Some people might think Orlando is the best team in the game, and I wouldn't disagree. I think the Hornets are the best, but Orlando can beat anybody. They have the shooting power with Nick Anderson, who's S tier. Hardaway can shoot lights out, and he has elite speed. And then Horace Grant, who's a tier 1 big. The decent speed and elite power, good at both sides of the rim. I only have them as an 8 seed, going for a world record run. Because I just haven't had a ton of success with them as much as I'd expect. So possibly the best team in the game, only the 8 seed as far as world record runs. Seattle, some of everybody's teams, favorite teams and stuff. Sean Kemp, not quite S tier, but he's very, very good. If you want to say S tier, that's fine. With the speed and power, great at both sides of the rim. Peyton, not a lot of great attributes. 8 speed, 5 power. That'll get you some things, but he will get outmatched in a lot of matches. And then Shrimp, he's got that decent power, that excellent power and decent attributes. So we got a power duo and we kind of got a speed duo. And Seattle, I got him as the 9 seed in my world record bracket. And then Denver, very, very sneakily, as the 5 seed. Mutombo, not given as great attributes as you would think. No shooting or steals, essentially. Only decent speed, excellent power, good at the rim. But he really, for whatever reason, he carries a lot of weight when I'm going for world record runs. So I'm looking forward to being them. Abdul Rauf, short sprite player. So even though he's probably the best or second best short sprite player in the game next to Kevin Edwards, he, it's hard to play defense with him, and tough for him to be a user going for world record runs. So I tend to man Ellis when Mutombo is resting. Ellis, not a lot of attributes, but decent at the threes, decent power, all those things. So at the 4 seed, we're almost there. Gonna get some games going. At the 4 seed, the Knicks. Actually, I don't even have the Knicks in tier 1 in this game. They can play with the high tier teams, but they're gonna get overpowered. their offense isn't there, but they got some defense. E-wing, tier 1 player. Some might say S tier. That's fine. But he really does a lot of work when I'm going for a world record run. Oakley just too slow, and he's got no shooting. Starks is fast with the shooting, but low power. So they are held. I do like the chain that he's rocking though. That's nice. But I do very well with the Knicks while going for a world record run. I look forward to doing work with them. Then you got a lot of people's one of their favorite teams, the Spurs. I got them as a 7 seed in world record runs. One of the best teams, definitely top 4 teams in the game. Rodman S tier, top 5 player. Robinson tier 1 as well. So you got 2 fast power guys. And Rodman, actually sneakily, I think his 3-point rating is better than a 2. He seems to hit more than it says. And then Elliott, just very solid off the bench. But really, it's about Rodman and Robinson being a very powerful, solid duo. All right, just a few more. We have the 1 seed, Dallas. This surprised me. Mashburn is S tier player, top 5 player in the game, probably top 3, honestly, with the speed, power 3s, all 8s, decent dunking, or good dunking, decent defense, and yeah, Jackson's okay. He can chip in for a quarter, and Terry Davis, one of the worst players in the game. Low speed, no shooting, that sort of thing. So he's just kind of hanging out around as a drone. It really is Mashburn, his show, and I just have had a lot of success with them. And so they're the 1 seed for this world record thingamadoodle. All right, 2 more teams. One, the Nets, I got him as the 2 seed. Coleman, I think, is the best player in the game. At least top 3. You know, him, Rodman, Olajuwon, Mashburn, Larry Johnson, those guys, probably top 5. So Coleman, great attributes, 7 speed, 7 threes, and then the elite power, and then excellent both sides of the rim. Kenny Anderson is a nice counterpart. He's short sprite, so you don't really want to use him if possible. But he can hit some drone 3s, which is very helpful when doing a world record run. And then you got Kevin Edwards, also a short sprite player with a decent speed, elite power. So you have an elite power duo. And so the Nets, very formidable, very sneaky, probably the most underrated team in the game. And then we got the Hornets. Everyone knows about the Hornets. You got 2 S tier players, Mourning and Johnson. So they tremendous on defense. I haven't really racked up as many high scores with them as one would think, but they are certainly formidable. And yeah, then you got Muggsy on the bench. He can hit some drone 3s as well and just be pesky with that elite speed and steal. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna reset the console, and then I'm going to make sure that make sure the settings are correct, and then we're gonna get going. We're gonna finally get going. So. So that was the booting up of the system. All right. Got to look at the website here. All right. So, looking at the rules. Here's our head-to-head. One player only. Timer speed 3. Drone difficulty 3. Tag team is off. Interesting. Completely forgot about that. Tournament mode on. So computer assistance is on. However, when you do tag mode on, it turns computer assistance off. But whatever. You gotta play all 4 quarters, and you can play as any team, and you can play against any team. So what you'll see me doing is we're gonna start with the Warriors. And there are certain teams I don't want to play against. And those teams are... Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Basically all the good teams. Houston, San Antonio, Charlotte, Seattle, that's about Orlando. Yeah. That's probably it. 1, 2, I probably don't want to do Atlanta. 3, 4, 5. Is it really only 5? Anyway. But there are some teams I would really like to play against. The Lakers, the Suns. I have a lot of success against Utah. Cleveland. Detroit, Indiana. Miami, Boston. Philly, Washington. So there's about 10 teams that, and I mention that because if I don't get that draw, then I'm going to reset. I'm going to do that as many times as I want to. All right, bullets. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's, enough further ado. Official world record run. Here we go. All right, off the bat, Gugliotta feeling a little slow. But, we're going to get on fire. We're going to... Ooh, the miss. The miss, but we got the chase down. Wasting some time, unfortunately. And we're on fire. And unfortunately, Gugliotta, I'm just going to kick that up to Cycly. He's going to get a couple. Unfortunately, when he does the slap, then it means, oh dear. So that cost me some points. Whenever you get pushed over, essentially that costs you points. Not literally, but in the scheme of things, in the meta, it costs you meta points. Cycly trying to play some defense. Okay. There you go, Cycly, trying to get in there. And when they come up to the hoop like that and they double team me, typically I just go with the fast break point. Dang. So it was a not a great quarter, especially the end of the quarter. I really want to be on fire starting each quarter. Um, all right, so Gugliotta's gonna sit, and then he'll play the whole second half. So interestingly, they subbed out Weber. So they got their two fast guys. That'll be interesting. Spreewell's not particularly fast, so this might be a little hard to keep up with them. But here we go. All right. A little bit of a risky three, but usually I'll get the rebound over Skiles. So, right. We're going to make press B. Oh, dear. Press B to make Cycly take that shot. And I told him to do it again, and he is not having success. There's my first missed fire three. It happens. Shooting threes on fire aren't automatic, but it is a way that you can tell the rubber band is working against you. So I always try to keep that in mind. Like, if they're making me miss a lot of fire threes, it probably wasn't a very good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not the end of the world for them to score, but it derails my momentum of heating up, getting on fire, and all that. Incredible. So if we're missing layups, it's another way that they are trying to rubber band their way. We're gonna let Cycly take that because we're on fire. Tried to get a quick double push, and because I wasn't able to stop Skiles, we're losing some time and stuff. Got the 50 burger. That's nice. Can we get a couple more threes? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Can't pick it up, and that's going to cost me points. That's too bad. Definitely a better second quarter than first quarter, but we're definitely not on pace for a world record with this run, but it's okay. First run of the night. 55-2 is a good score. It's just not on pace for basically 140. You have to get 35 points a quarter to stay on pace. So anyway, so here comes Weber. And so we got to go Googs again. And like I said, Gugliotta is going to stay in the whole first half. Hopefully he doesn't get any injuries and is fresh for the first quarter. So we do get the ball. It's the beginning of the third quarter. All right. Skiles is he's a little beat up, so that's when I attack the inbounder. He got the pass off though. That's too bad. Skiles hit me. Thankfully, with his low power, that might not cause an injury. But you don't want to get knocked off the ball. Oh, nice drone steal by Sprewell. Man, a little bit of sloppiness, but we got on fire. That's what matters. They're playing keep away quite nicely. Let's pretend that they know I'm going for a world record run, so that they're just You know, trying to keep the ball away from me. All right. I could have had Spreewell take that, but you know, just a little safer to take it yourself. I hope they can get about 4 more threes. Spreewell didn't want to pick it up. That's probably the most frustrating thing about the rubber band is just them not letting you pick it up. All right, that's my first goaltend of the game. You're going to see a lot of goaltendings in these runs. Goaltending is how you get on fire. Oh, terrible. Oh, that's going to cost me. That cost me like... Oh, no. That cost me like 15 seconds. One mistake. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Part of why it's so exciting. Every possession counts. Nope. Webcam not working. All right. Googly out of no injuries. That's nice. And here we go. So Cheney is fresh. He should be very fast. A little bit of a risky 3. And then I didn't get the rebound, which is what really hurt me. So, wasted about 10 seconds, but it's all good. We got on fire. It's tricky when your drone pushes them over like that because it's tempting to cover ground. And, oh my goodness, just launches it. They do. Oh, okay. A couple mistakes there, and honestly, that would probably have derailed a good world record run. This isn't a particularly good one, but it is what it is. We're getting into it. And, you know, at least we can get 100. 100 always feels decent. Cheney looking really fast. Ooh, boy. Cheney looking fast. Gugliotta feeling a little slow. We got a minute left. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get about 4 threes. There's one. Oh, swinging a biff. There's a mistake. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not even going to get 100. Blowout score, that is. But, you know, not terrible. 94. You got to start somewhere. Alright, so today's best is 94. What's up, DJ? DJ Oliva, how's it going? Hope you're having a good Sunday. We are doing some NBA Jam World Records runs. NBA Jam TE on Super Nintendo. And This is the first one of the night. Good luck. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, you know, it was fun. I made some mistakes. And, you know, the speed of the bullets, it was tough. It's tough to track them down. You know, 18 threes, definitely not enough to get it done. I like to keep track of stats. So I'm going to write these down real quick. 18 threes. 31 steals. You really got to have like 40 or 50 steals. You got to get a lot of turnovers. What's up, Adam? How's it going? Happy Sunday. Hope it's nice where you are. We got beautiful, mostly overcast day in Chicago going on. Someone was talking about Sylvan Ed was talking about hang time earlier. So I thought about you and how I need to play that sometime. But we are getting it started. Yeah. Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. And, you know, Midway is a big reason for that. Midway is not really a thing anymore. You know, Acclaim got the rights to NBA Jam. And they made some good versions, but mostly they didn't really carry on the legacy. NBA Jam, you know, they made Hang Time, Midway did, and then NBA Showtime, and then NBA Hoops. But Midway really held and that's just basketball, you know. For hockey, I love hits, love blitz, all those things. So, all right, we have. So that was the first run with the Warriors. Why aren't they the same? Do you mean Acclaim and Mid? Oh, so Acclaim took the NBA Jam license. So like NBA Jam for N64, there's a couple. There's like NBA. It's called like NBA Jam '99, and it's more of a simulation. They try to basically be NBA Live, which is fine, but it's not the same as the arcade 2-on-2 experience. So Midway stayed with the 2-on-2 experience, and so like Showtime is 2-on-2, Hoops is 3-on-3, but they stuck with the arcade lane. Oh yeah, Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey for Midway as well. Great point. The rubber band is a little too strong for me, for my taste on Gretzky, but it is really fun. We've had multiple tournaments with that game. It's really exciting. It makes it a fun tournament game because there is so much rubber band. But yeah, so that was the first game with the Warriors. Next, ironically, we're gonna try Washington. They're the 15 seed for my little tournament thing I got going on. So yeah, so looking at the quarter breakdowns, really strong second quarter. That was actually the Spreewell quarter. But yeah, not good enough. It was a fun run, not good. What's up, C Cleaver? So we got a DJ Oliva 99 and a C Khaliva 68. Interesting. Glad to see y'all in the chat on a Sunday. So we're gonna try Washington out. Really, it's all about Chris Webber, and we're gonna see. You know, as I keep saying, there are certain teams I don't want to play. They're just too strong. So we will see. Great question, Brandon. No, this is not. That's the Genesis version. However, there is a programming error in this game where if you play as a team and then play with them and finish the game, play with the team again, then the injuries from the last quarter will carry over. You'll just be able to see that they're slower, even though it says they have 0 injuries. So if I played with the Warriors now, with Gugliotta and Cycli would probably have some injuries. So that's annoying. So basically, if I was the Warriors in this game, I'd have to reset the console. So there is that, but it doesn't affect the gameplay like it does for, you know, Genesis. Genesis is completely changed by the injury bug. All right, so we got the Bucks. So the Bucks are pretty weak. So we're going to do that. That's a great question. If I played against the Warriors, would they keep them too? I haven't like looked into that. I would say no. And it would be hard to tell, honestly, because with the rubber band going on, you're just never sure if your opponent is fast or slow because of injuries or because of the rubber band. You know, so right now Milwaukee's looking really slow, really beating them up. But later in the game, they will. Their their attributes will be like recalculated, and they will look a lot more formidable. Ooh, big mistake by Green Majik. Lost my fire. So that's the first mistake of this run. Not all hope is lost, but it sucks to lose your fire like that. Oh no. So now they're playing defense all of a sudden. So I got to be ready. All right, got 20 on him pretty quick. C-Web is a 4 on 3s, which is nice. It's not elite by any stretch, but all right, he's coming after me. Vin Baker. All right, so now they're faster already with the rubber band. Hopefully I can get a few more 3s. And be on fire. See, he didn't fall over when I shoved him, despite me being 9 on power. There we go, Cheney. All right, we got a 35 burger on our hands, so we're on pace for the world record. This is fun. This is fun stuff. So that was all Weber. Weber S tier, 8 speed, 9 power. Excellent at both ends of the court. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brandon. I mean, I played this game like so much recently, not to mention over the years, and there's no not weird way to say it. I consider myself the best player of this game in the world. I'd be glad to be proven differently. You know, I'll take a challenge anytime. I'm glad to play someone who's better than me. I just don't know who that is. So, you know, I'm glad it looks easy, but it makes sense if I'm as good as I think I am. Scott Skiles doing work. And I don't have the world record yet, so, you know, it's all talk until I get the world record, you know. But Chris Webber is S tier. There's a big brick, but Scott Skiles with the rebound. Oh, dear. And there's that, even though I'm on fire, Weber's, oh, dear, the swing and the miss. Weber's high block rating helps as well to send him packing. Okay, so now they're avoiding me. They do the little whatchamacallit, the little evasion. But Scott Skiles is doing some drone work. All right, on fire. Let's try to get. Let's try to and the miss. The miss. So that's two. It's two fire misses, and it takes a lot of time away when you miss a fire three. Like I lost 15 seconds there. And we're going to make Skiles go for that. And he rattles it in. Scott Skiles is here to play. We're going to make him take that one. Thank you, Scott. 55. All right. So we've lost Scott Skiles. Bang. So you got to use the drones. You got to let them play. You gotta let the drones play. All right, one more three at least. All right, I don't think I can. Ooh, it's too risky to. Oh, I almost knocked it in. Oh no! Oh no! It probably wasn't going in until I knocked it in, and I just gotta laugh. That's just funny. That's some midway goodness, right there. So yeah, struggled that quarter. So I was 35, now it's 61. So I only got 26 points that quarter. And I'm really bummed that I have an injury with Weber, because now it's a difficult situation. Do I keep going Weber with the one injury, or do I go? All right. Because Murdoch is so beat up, I'm going to rest Weber. I'm going to go Cheney Skiles. And we shall see what happens. I'm not trying to miss any threes with Cheney. I forgot that they scored. So it's not just that they got the 3 points. It's that they... Dang, Day. It's that they I didn't start the quarter, with the chain of fire, or ring of fire, if you will. Cheney, he's missing threes. Debacle. So that was my third fire three miss. So that just, not a fourth one. Cheney missing fire threes. Missing again, fire threes. Okay, so I make a really big deal out of missing fire threes because it's just not your run. If they're making you miss fire threes, it's not your run. I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to do my best. But why did I not get a world record run on this one? It's because they made me miss those fire threes. I did make a couple mistakes. I made a mistake right there. Also, Weber getting an injury. If I could have avoided that, that would have really helped me out. But all right, back on fire. Let's try to get 3 threes. Cheney, another missed 3. That's 5 missed threes. Fire threes. Can't pick up the ball. Oh dear. Big mistake. 6 missed fire threes. Granted, you can hold your shot a little longer, and it probably helps the percentage of it going in, but for the most part, your fire threes should go in, especially if it's Cheney who had 0 injuries going into the quarter and is 8 on threes. Like, he should make those threes. Anyway, not making excuses. I'm just kind of explaining what I've learned, the meta. All right, but we got Weber. This, the Bullets are Weber's team. S tier, all that. So let's see. Maybe we can at least. Well, actually, I think we have beat the Warriors score, and that's kind of what I'm. The way I'm setting up this thing is basically it's the Warriors versus Bullets. I'm gonna do a few runs with each team, and then whoever does better will advance. And Bullets at least got round 1, that's for sure. Weber's not done yet. Maybe I could get one to 115. We'll see. Don't want to count our chickens. And I meant blowout 115, not just score. All right, maybe 120. Ooh, can I pick it up? Yes, I can. Oh, he gets the rebound. Oh. All right, so they definitely got an AI boost. I keep saying rubber band, but what I mean is the game recalculates the AI's ability every so often, every minute or so. So sometimes you'll be playing a bad team, sometimes you'll be playing, and another misfire 3. That's 6, I believe. Okay. All right, 111, not terrible. It's too bad that I had such a good first quarter and then it trailed off, but that is very common. It's hard to sustain those high scores. But definitely better than the Warriors one. I'm going to take off the PR. Who cares? All right, so that was 111. Yeah, so not terrible. That one Weber injury was tough because that made me take him out. Cheney did okay, but he was bricking threes. It's like Cheney is a decent player in this game. He's about maybe tier 2, but if he can't make threes, he's not a good player. So it's tough. It's tough, but so Washington. All right, 22 threes. 38 steals. There we go. That's 8 blocks. 6 rebounds. We're getting close. Oh, and this is what I always like to log. 6 misfires. I also log if I brick dunks because that's a clearly rubber band thing as well. That's just the game saying no. I think I had 2 missed fires in the Warriors game. So I'm writing that down. Okay. All right. So we're going to do a couple more with Washington, a couple more with Golden State. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what's good. But because I'm going to be Washington again, I am going to reset the console so that we don't get. Actually, I was going to show an example of Cheney looking slow, but we won't worry about that. Just take my word for it. Yeah, they scored every quarter. You gotta have a quarter where you just dominate. Really, the first quarter was the only good one. Third quarter, very disappointing. And there's the reset, so that Washington is refreshed and hydrated. But that first quarter was fun. I'm kind of encouraged. That was good stuff. All right, I didn't update the teamages. Bullets versus so many things on here. Bullets. And let's see who we get. All right, so we got 3-3 tag mode off. Tournament mode on. Bang. And no. So we're going back to the bullets. We'll start. Yeah, Cheney is the drone. We shall see who they give us. Pistons? I'll go Pistons. We'll go Pistons. So I believe we have the white and blue jerseys for the... No, we don't. We have red and blue versus... Wait, did I put tag mode on? Oh dear, I'm distracted. How did you do it? All right, tag mode's on. That's done. That's too bad. I was looking forward to playing the Pistons. I like the jersey combination. The red and blue versus the blue and red. The jerseys always get me. Actually spent a lot of time figuring that out. Like, who has what jerseys versus what teams. And basically, the Bullets are a blue team. But when they play another blue team like the Majik, which we're not going to play the Majik, then they bust out the red and blue jerseys. Okay, so I'm also trying to log what teams I choose to not play. So no Orlando. They're too good. Grant is powerful. Nick Anderson is S tier. Penny is fast. I'm just not trying to do that. I just don't want to play the Majik. And I don't have to. So I'm not gonna. And here we go. So I call that a mulligan. Try to. Well, okay, Bulls. We can do Bulls. We can do Bulls. All right, there we go. So I take it back. What am I trying to say? Okay. This is giving me a mild. So the Bullets are a red team. When the Bullets play a red team like the Bulls as player one, then they go with their alternate jerseys, which are white and blue. Nobody cares about this except for me. But they are the only red team. The red teams are Atlanta, Houston, Philly, Washington, Chicago, and the Clippers. All those teams, their alternate jersey is white and red, except for the Bullets. Their alt jersey is white and blue. Maybe there's one other person in the world that cares about that. So that was for that one person. All right, Bullets versus Bulls. A little redundant, but here we are. Michael Jordan's team versus his versus his future team. Not that he played for the Bullets, he played for the Wizards, but you know what I mean. All right, so they got some speed. Missed a shove. Now I got a goaltend, but they call it a rebound, so that's nice. Pippen is looking spicy. Love to see it. Love to see a spicy Pippen. Keep missing. Debacle. So that was my first big mistake. There's another one getting elbowed by Pip. So Pippen looking really spicy fast. And so hopefully he calms down. But if he doesn't, then it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to Cheney doing work as the drone. Cheney! He's trying to get on fire. Weber. The truth. All right, so Pippen has calmed down. He was very aggressive to start the game. Now BJ looking a little aggressive. Badly. That was on me. I told Cheney to let that rip. And then he missed it. Pippen's back to being spicy. Look how aggressive he is. And he lands the dunk. And so that's kind of on me that I let him get past me. You can't let the guy get past you, especially if they're like very aggressive. Both players are looking pretty aggressive right now. So, yeah. I've said it before, one of the frustrating things in this game is they won't let you pick up the ball sometimes, or your drone just doesn't go after the ball. So, Cheney was right there. I was expecting him to pick it up and maybe pass it to me, but he didn't want to. And so, Pippen got it and nailed the three. So I should have been more conservative. I should have just gone back to free goaltend. But, it's hard to be... It's hard to be completely consistent on your discipline because some of these things are just not intuitive. It's not intuitive that your drone player is not gonna pick up the ball. That was my fault. My fault again. All right, so 2 mistakes kind of derailed this run. I probably got an injury. Going for the 3. Ill-advised. Where's Skiles? Where are you? Okay. So Kukoc looking really aggressive. Skiles gets the steal though. Weber looking a little slow. Weber airballing. Gets it blocked. No! No, Scott, I'm trying to get on fire. Pippen looking very aggressive despite all his injuries. And this quarter is just a debacle. I can't even shove Kukoc. Kukoc looking S tier. So hopefully he'll chill out. Oh my. Oh my. All right, so bad quarter. Basically, Kukoc was very aggressive all quarter, and that messed me up. So, not a great run. Honestly, I'm gonna take a mulligan. I'm gonna take a mulligan. We're gonna quit this one. We're gonna quit this one. We're gonna go Warriors. Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, try 2 quarters. Sometimes Kukoc gets in your face and you gotta take them all again. Okay. So yeah, good job, Bulls. Good job. Good job, Kukoc. You won this round. All right, we're going back to Warriors. Every round, I'm giving teams a few mulligans. A lot of mulligans. Basically, like three first half mulligans. So the Bullets used up one of their first half mulligans. Now we're going Warriors. Trying to think how much stuff I want to log. 2 quarters, 46:11. What's up, Crescent? How's it going? Hope you're having a good Sunday. We are doing the Jam. I've been playing a ton of Jam recently. Trying to figure out what teams to do world record runs. No, I'm trying to get a world record. So the world record on Twin Galaxies is 136, beating the computer by 136. My best is 146, but I didn't record it. So yeah, we're trying to do that, but also I'm just trying to see what teams I want to get really serious about. So these are official runs. But I'm also filtering out teams, you know. So like the Bullets had a pretty good matchup. Ooh, the Bucks again. Had a pretty good match against the Bucks, but then they struggled against the Bulls. So I'm just, trying to figure all that out. But so good to hear you mostly well. Working. I've been working too. Got a job at a warehouse out in Melrose Park. So Monday to Friday, so I got weekends off, which is really nice. Ooh, Sprewell. Yeah, so the settings are like normal difficulty or like 3 out of 5. And the clock is 3 out of 5. Tag mode is off, which is interesting because a lot of times people will put tag mode on. So it's just a different kind of meta. Basically, you can if you have a drone who's a good 3-point shooter, that can be really helpful. Ooh, Gugliana barely gets it in. Oh dear, swing and a miss. So that's a big mistake. Missing a block on fire is big because not only do they score, but you lose your fire, and you got to score 3 times to even get your fire back. So that one wasn't on me. That was just the drone or the AI just being too difficult. Okay. Dang, come on, Gugliata, you're supposed to be S tier. Alright, so Baker looking very aggressive, so I gotta be careful when Baker's not a great player, largely because he only has a 2 on power, but when the computer rubber band comes in, they're a lot more powerful. So all of a sudden, he's a decent player. So yeah, we're gonna take a mulligan. We're gonna do a fair number of these. Because I'm not anywhere near. Forget what the score was though, so I'll have to score 2. I'll let them score. All right, 23-6, and that's just not a good enough start. Right. So 23-6. Thank you. So that was the first quarter, or that was the second quarter mulligan. No, first, I don't know. We'll call it a first quarter mulligan. Anyway, hopefully this one goes better. Knicks. I don't want to play the Knicks, so I'm not going to. Knicks are one of the 7 or 8 teams that I don't want to mess with. They have 2 power players and 2 fast players, and they're not even like a top 5 team in the game, maybe top 10, but during a world record run, they're just, I don't like it. I do not like it. So let's see what they got for me next. Cleveland. Definitely want to play Cleveland. Sometimes Mark Price, yeah, Ewing and Oakley are no joke. If you can't push them over, it's no bueno. Sometimes Mark Price is really fast, so I just gotta. Gotta be ready for that. Bang! All right. Bang. Off to a good start. 7 points, 30 seconds. Love to see it. Oh, but I can't push them, and there's my mistake. Oh, your favorite team, the Cavs. Reminds me, I need to update these things. So unfortunately, I already made his mistake, but you know, it happens. We're having fun. But if I do get the world record, it will probably be with 1 or 0 mistakes. That's just how the maths. And I do like how the Warriors have their alternate jerseys, the white and blue. Their default is blue and yellow. All right, good defense by Tom Gugliotta. We're on fire. It's tempting to try to push the inbounder, but Price is so fast. And almost a missed fire. Nice, Cavs' favorite team. They had such a great season last year. I think they have kind of come down to earth, but I think they're still pretty good, if I remember correctly. All right, Sprewell. I need a few. Now look how fast Price is. Oh, and the missed. That's all on me. That's missed timing. So that's another mistake. Now Price is very aggressive, and so he's very aggressive, which means he's very fast, and he's hard to push. So all those things together, it just makes it a lot harder to get points. Ugh. So 23. I'll give it another quarter. We'll see how we do. Hopefully Gugliotta doesn't have injuries. He's got 1. We'll give it another quarter. We'll see how this goes. We're basically 10 points behind the pace for a world record. But, you know. When you got Tom Gugliotta. Anything can happen. I just decided to give it to Cycli just based on how that play developed. Even though obviously it's a 2, if they dunk it, it's just, it preserves your fire for another possession. Oh, no way. No way. So they're both looking pretty aggressive, Price and Wilkins. So I just got to be careful. Got to be careful. They'll just whip by me and dunk on my face. Ooh. Oh, they'll do that. No Price. All right, so I was not quite careful enough, but they're still pretty. There's that aggression. Wilkins is not that great of a player, but they have a high aggression rating right now. They're just So fast. And I'm missing threes. So I think that was my first fire 3. So 48. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call that one 54-6. Gerald Wilkins, yeah. He's got a nice little mustache going on. They call him the Jordan Killer. So that's too bad, because Cleveland's a very weak team. So they're a team that can really beat up on, but you know, it's just not there right now. Gugliotta has an injury. So we're going to take this mulligan. I don't want to, though. Nope. I'm not going to. I'm going to put in Spreewell. I always like Gerald Wilkins' picture. Looks like a cool uncle. Yeah, for sure. Uncle Gerald. We all wish we had one. Because Spreewell is decent, not high power, but yeah. So there are world records for all the versions. So for NBA Jam TE on Genesis, I got my spreadsheet here. The record is 104. So that was set 8 years ago by Hal Hawkins. So for NBA Jam Tournament Edition, there are records for doubles and singles, and so DPS and I have the record for doubles in NBA Jam Tournament Edition on Sega Genesis. We also have the doubles record for NBA Jam Original on Super Nintendo. So, yeah. You know, sometime DPS and I should team up and, you know, we could destroy the doubles record for Super Nintendo Jam TE, which I don't have in front of me for some reason. But yeah, so eventually I'll try to get all of them. But you know, I really like the process. I like going the slow way. I like figuring out which teams are the best and why. All right, Spreewell looking quick. Darty looking quick too, but Cycly with the... Ooh, yeah. I love the double shove. I love a double shove. All right, now we gotta get our fire back. That is our number one. Ooh, the missed shove. Ah, Spreewell. Swinging a biff. That's too bad. Especially because Spreewell has a pretty decent block rating. So, he more than some other players are better at goaltending. Goaltending is huge because it keeps your chain of fire going, even though it gives the other team points. Oh, there you go, Cycly. Look how aggressive he is. The defender. So you just got to be careful about that. Spree Willie! It's frustrating when they don't go straight up and they just slap it away. Thought about kicking it to Cycly. And we're going to let Cycly take... Ooh, with the jam. I think that was an elite jam, honestly. Like, that's a jam that only some players can do. You have to have like an 8 or a 9 dunk rating to do that jam. So good job for Cycly busting out the S tier jam. All right, can we get one more? I guess not. What? I was there. That's too bad. That's too bad. Because it was a pretty good quarter until then. That's too bad. Leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But we got Gugliotta coming in, and honestly, the way that I'm doing this format, obviously I'm trying to get a world record, but I'm having fun with it. I am doing the Warriors versus the Bullets. I'm doing 3 runs of each team, and whoever does better will advance in my little tournament I'm doing. So far the Bullets have 111, and they've used a couple mulligans, and the Warriors have 94. So even if I don't get a record, I still want to get a really high score and beat the Bullets. The Warriors are trying to beat the Bullets. Oh my goodness, that's really tough. Mark Price dunking on Gugliotta, and he's looking aggressive. Darty's looking aggressive, so it's tough. Thankfully, Spreewell helps me out with the drone steal. That's my mistake. I shouldn't let that happen. You should never get your dunk blocked. There's a lot you can do to make sure your dunk doesn't get blocked. So that's on me. And there's an elite dunk for Spreewell. Darty still looking aggressive. Darty wasn't aggressive on that play. Googs almost misses the 3. Bang. Tried to get the double shove. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden Darty comes out of nowhere. Oh, so aggressive. Okay, so now they are, what's it called? I don't know. The run is over. There comes a point where, if towards the end of the match, both players are very aggressive. It's like there's really only, like, I couldn't shove Price there. There's really only so much you can do, and you just got to take the L. All right. So that's 89. So, Warriors struggling. Warriors are struggling. I did choose to stick with this matchup, even though it didn't start well, but it was a choice. So I'm logging the stuff. 18 threes, 30 steals. Definitely not enough. I should have had a lot of steals. A lot more steals. A lot of time. what's it called? If the computer AI is really aggressive, then they just won't let you shove them, and then they're going to score. You got a goaltend. I think I had 2 missed fire threes, so I'm going to log that. All right, so yeah, Warriors, they're struggling. Their back is up against the wall. We're going to go back to the bullets. So Kreslin is saying 104 is doable. Yeah, you should definitely go for it. Absolutely. So how do you submit the record? So you go to twingalaxies.com, and there are other websites to do world records. But I just like the way that Twin Galaxies has it. So it's just like a preference thing. So you have to record it. So that's partly why I stream these world record runs, because they're recorded. But you also have to, like, on the bottom right hand of the screen, you see I have a camera on the system. So I have like a webcam on the system. I try to have a webcam on me as well, but it's paused, it got jammed or whatever. What's it called? Where is it? Yeah, it's just, it's not really functioning. So, but you need to show the booting up of the system for an official run. So I got my webcam on the system to show that it's legit. And then each like world record has different rules or guidelines. So you want to make sure to follow those guidelines. So yeah, and then so you record it, and then you upload it to Twin Galaxies. You submit a performance, but you do have to have a login, and you also have to kind of do your due diligence. You have to vote on other world records. So it's kind of democratic. You have to vote that they're legit. So you, yeah, jammed. That's funny. So you have to put a little bit of time in looking at other world record runs that people have submitted. And if you think they're legit, you say, yes, this is legit. And then if it passes, then you get a point. You get a point. You get a submission point. And you need at least 3 submission points, I think, to submit a world record. So you have to record it and get the world record, but you also have to have submission points by doing your due diligence. So hopefully that makes sense. And honestly, a lot of times I will record a world record run and I'll be too lazy to upload it. Man, I really got my can kicked at 4th quarter. But it happens. So we're going back to the bullets, and we'll see how they do. So for instance, the guidelines, yeah, 3